What's up, guys? I think we're live. Welcome to the 10th straight Corvette Weekly. We have a good one for you guys today, and I'm already seeing some serious activity in the chats. I love it, guys. So basically what we're going to be doing today, as you guys know, last week we did the same kind of thing. We have some Vettes to look at, which is what this whole thing's all about. It's about a community of Corvettes, and it's going to kind of lead into the next thing that we're doing in my personal YouTube realm with a couple other people, is the whole Vette Syndicate thing on Instagram. And we're going to talk more about this in a second because I have some guests for you guys tonight. So it's not just going to be me today. You guys aren't going to be staring at my ugly mug the entire time. We're going to bring on two other guys who are really going to send this thing home for us. But before we do, I have to make a giant, big thank you to Steve over in the actual chat here. He's already been the first one to donate a super chat today, guys, and it was a big one. Steve, thank you so much. He says that he's been watching the channel for quite a while now, and he just wanted to give me a little thank you, and that was very appreciated. Thank you so much, Steve. But guys, we got a lot of people already tuning in, and I love it. But I want to bring on our first guest of the day, and it's going to be the same guy who just walked through Corvette World for you guys, showing off some of the local inventory. You guys have received that video very well, but I'm going to bring him on now. His name is Jason. You guys know him. He is from Front Seat Driver. Say hello, Jason.
What's up, guys? How are you? It's good to be here, Justin.
Thanks for tuning in. Guys, as you know, Jason is one of my good friends.
Yeah.
His name is Front Seat Driver on the YouTube channel, and he does the Corvette World walkthroughs for us. So he is going to be doing these in the future. I want you guys to know him well because he's going to be on the channel a lot. Him and I are good friends in real life, and we thought getting together and bringing a Corvette community to life was a good idea. That's where the Vette Syndicate comes from. Jason's rocking the shirt. And our next guest is also going to be rocking the same shirt. You guys might know him. He has a gigantic following of Corvettes after his wife purchased one for him. I'll link the video down in the description after this video goes live because it's one of those things that if you haven't seen it, you should. His name is Steve. You guys may know him as Protective Dad Pranks. I'm going to bring him on as well. We are together Vette Syndicate. What's up, Steve?
What's up, Jason? Hey, Jason.
What's up, man?
So, guys, this is Vette Syndicate right here. All three of us have gotten together to form the group called Vette Syndicate. We are here for Corvettes. I mean, at the end of the day, the Corvette Weekly live video series that I wanted to bring to you guys is ultimately going to be a Vette Syndicate venture. So, all of the pictures you guys are sending me, which we're going to go over here in a little bit, guys, just, kind of a spoiler alert. You guys have some seriously nice cars. It is unreal how many cars I got, and they are all just absolutely gorgeous. So, all right, guys. So the second super chat of the day comes from Future Sean over here. Yeah, I saw that. So he says that Ford is testing out the Raptor R in Detroit today, coming after that TRX. I'll tell you what. I've seen some pictures of the Raptor R. If they are not going to change the look of the truck and only just add more power to it, it's not going to be a win. Ford's going to drop the ball. They need to do more. It's got to be that big, hulking, aggressive look that the TRX has. Otherwise, it's not going to win. But guys, I want to talk a little bit more with Jason and Steve. I brought them on here for a reason. I don't want to just talk the whole time. I want them to tell you a little bit of their story. We're going to talk about Jason's first. But before we get to it, Jason, tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel, what you do on your side.
Well, that's a good question. So with mine, I try to do things that I feel like people will teach them a little bit more about the Corvette. We like to kind of share, obviously, pricing on Corvettes and things like that, because I know a lot of people feel like the market right now is insane, and it is. But again, like you said so many times, supply and demand, we are where we are. I started my channel, 4 years ago, something like that. And it's been a lot of fun. I will say, obviously my channel is not nearly the size that yours is, but I was walking into, I was at a restaurant a couple weeks ago and I walked in and some guy called me Front Seat Driver. I was like, that made my life.
Nice.
That's awesome. So
nice. Well, Let me just answer this real quick. Someone's asked me about my webcam being mirrored, but anyway, so yeah, guys, in 2018, when I started my YouTube channel, that's when I met Jason at Corvettes at Carlisle that year. Him and I pretty much immediately clicked because we were very similar personality wise, and it's just kind of gone from there. So from that point, I started getting some messages from Protective Dad Pranks, Steve here. And him and I were talking back and forth, and I started to realize him and I are a lot alike on the personality department. And he lives so close to Jason down there in Texas. I said, you know what? Why don't you give Jason a call? See if you guys hang out. I bet you'll be like two peas in a pod. So I kind of formulated their relationship, and it's been a good one from what I understand. What do you think, Steve?
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, really, like you said, when I first met you, from my video, I reached out and you had that red Z06, and mine was a Stingray, and I just wanted to make it look like that. So I started communicating with you, and then you had me connect with Justin. And next thing you know, we've been hanging out ever since. It's been crazy.
Yeah. So guys, if you're not familiar with Protective Dad Pranks channel, he does a little bit of Corvette stuff on there, but obviously his channel was mostly pranks. But he does have the Corvette stuff on there as well. Like I said, I will link it in the description down below, as well as Jason's YouTube channel after this video goes live, because I forgot to put it in there. I knew I'd forget something like that. But anyway, guys, yeah, there's a lot of bromance here. I don't want to make this entirely about this time. I wanted to just talk briefly about it so you guys know who these people are. But what we're going to do at this point, I'm going to flip over to the computer here, because I want you guys to see Jason's story. So front seat driver here, he sent me a story just like I asked all of you guys to do with his Corvettes. So we're going to flip over to the browser. I'm going to show you guys some of these things before we get into the Z06 information. If you guys are here for the C8 Z06 pricing info, stay here. Don't go anywhere, because it's something that you're definitely going to want to hear. So real quick, let's talk about some of your Corvettes. So we're going to switch over to the browser. You guys have seen this stuff before. This is Jason's Vette story. Now, I'm going to show you the pictures in a second. I want to read this to you first. His story starts in 1978 that the Corvette Indy Pace Car Edition was released, and that was the start of his dream of one day owning a Corvette. I watched the transformation over the years and always loved the styling and performance of the Corvette line. Unfortunately, over time, my goals in life changed until one day, while getting an oil change in my truck, I saw a C7 Grand Sport Collector Edition sitting on the showroom floor. I fell in love. I even posted pictures on social media, and people were like, "You should buy that." I kind of laughed and tried to move on, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. Fast forward about 2 months later, and I was driving it off the showroom floor, my first Corvette. A couple years later, I traded it for my current Corvette Racing Yellow C7 Z06. I absolutely love he loved both of the Corvettes, and he's been fortunate enough to own, obviously, 2 of them. So, guys, you know what the official pace car looks like. If you don't, that's the one that started it all for Jason here. Pretty cool looking car. I've actually seen this a couple times at Corvettes at Carlisle, which is where you'll see it mostly too if you haven't seen one before. So moving on though, he had purchased, this was his first Corvette that he ever had, and it was the Watkins Glen Gray Special Edition with the tension blue interior. He actually had this car when I was at his house in February of 2019, I believe it was. So I got to see it in person. It was a really interesting spec. Of course, you guys know the Special Edition C7. Nobody can possibly miss that blue interior. From there, since that was an automatic, he moved up to a Z06, which is, of course, a manual transmission car. And I have not seen this one in person yet, but I do plan on seeing it here very soon. So, guys, that is Jason from Front Seat Driver. That is his story. Jason, do you want to tell us why you made the move from the Grand Sport to the Z06?
The biggest reason that I switched from the Grand Sport to the Z06 was the transmission. I wanted to go from an automatic to a manual. You know, I mean, I grew up with a manual in my Jeep. It was super slow, so it wasn't really that, I wouldn't call it fun, but it's a completely different driving experience in a Corvette. And I couldn't match the sound of Rev Match. I'd be running around with Steve, and I would listen to that Rev Match, and I'm like, I just can't replicate that, you know, downshifting even with the paddle shifters. And I just was like, I have to have that. And there was a few other reasons, you know, getting rid of a Lamborghini and all that, but at least that was the intent. But the biggest reason was I just wanted that manual transmission.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, if anybody understands that, it's me.
I know, no question.
So someone in the chat here was asking if Vette Syndicate will be together at Corvettes at Carlisle. I would love to tell you yes, and I'm pretty sure we will be. So 100% I will be there. So if the other two members decide that they want to come, which I'm pretty sure they are leaning towards yes, you guys can find them in my booth in the Midway. We'll be right by the AWE exhausts. Real quick, I want to mention the third super chat of the day comes from General Lee. Of course, we are going to touch on his car here in a second as well. But Thank you. Yep. We all know General. Well, I don't know if Steve does, but Jason definitely knows General Lee. So he's got two fans on this side of the camera as well. And then fourth super chat of the day comes from Steve again. He asks if anybody's going to be at Bloomington Gold this weekend. He lives in Bloomington, so he'll be there. Steve, I wanted to go, but it's a little bit too far for me. I actually know the two of the owners of the Bloomington Gold stuff. I talked to them a lot at Corvettes of Carlisle this past year. They invited me. I would have loved to have gone. It's just a little bit too far out of my way to make that kind of a commitment. But guys, we're going to flip over to the next entry here, which is actually going to be from Steve, Protective Dad Pranks. I want to talk to you a little bit about his story now that we talked about Jason's. His story is, some of you may have seen the viral video. It's obviously from Steve, Protective Dad Pranks. He is a veteran who was in the Pentagon attack on 9/11. So we're a little bit past the what was last weekend, the Memorial Day, where we could have thanked him a little bit better. But either way, he was a previous military. We got to thank him regardless. His dream car has always been a Corvette. His wife, knowing this, went out and surprised him with a brand new Corvette for Father's Day. And it's totally changed the course of his life and his YouTube channel. You guys should definitely go check out the video because it kind of speaks for itself. Now, this is obviously the thumbnail of said video. Like I said, I'll put it in the comment section down below. How many of you out there can say that your wife bought you a Corvette for Father's Day? Well, Steve can say that. So it's pretty awesome. I don't know that I can tell you of a whole lot of people I know that deserved it more than him, especially with the service that he's provided the country. So 100%, guys. This is the kind of guy you want to thank for the freedoms that we have today. So again, I'll put his information down in the description after this video is live. But guys, I didn't want to make this seem, I don't know, like I was playing favorites, but between Jason and Steve, they sent me two of the nicest pictures of Corvettes, and I didn't want to choose either one of them because then it just seems like I'm playing favorites. But guys, take a look at this thing. I mean, does it get any prettier than that? Even the background, I mean, everything there just screams Corvette. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. 100%. And I've been in that garage many times, so I know it's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, so even General Lee thanks Steve, and I'm pretty sure General Lee has some previous service there too. So,
yeah.
Thank you,
Steve. Tell us a little bit about your car. I know the big thing about your car is that it's not what it appears to be. So, tell us a little bit what's going on here.
Really quick, so I don't take a lot of time. Is my biggest parameters when I wanted a Corvette, it had to be red and it had to be a manual. I didn't care if it was a Z06, just had to be red and had to be a manual. Because I knew what I was going to do to it. I didn't want it to be just a base model Stingray. So what you see in the photo is all the mods, including a fully functional, the Z06 scoops, rear brake scoops. Jason and I did that install. And thanks to ACS, I mean, I think I have 31 mods and probably 22 of them are all ACS. And I literally modeled this car after your red Z06. I mean, I was going to get chrome wheels until I saw your video, and I was like, okay, I gotta have black wheels now. So, I mean, I like the fact that it's, when I pull up and people realize it's a Stingray, they're like, wow, and it's a garage queen. Jason will tell you.
That's a fact.
All right, well,
dust is not allowed anywhere near that car.
Well, I mean, there are worse things, I think, but yeah. So, guys, this is one of the reasons why Steve and I have a relationship is we were obviously talking a lot whenever I had my red Z06 because he wanted to make his car very similar. And as you can see there, believe it or not, that what you're looking at right there is a Stingray. It's not a Z06. It just, he has done all of the mods on a Stingray to make it look like a Z06. And other than the badging, which is where I would draw the line, of course, everything else on that car says it's a Z06.
Yeah.
So, guys, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory to Front Seat Driver and Protective Dad Pranks because they're on the video here with us. They're part of the Corvette community just as much as you guys are, and I want to be able to bounce questions off these guys as well. I figured 3 Corvette brains are better than just one, so I wanted to bring as much on here as I possibly can. And every week, we're going to have some new guests, and obviously Jason and Steve will be returning pretty much every week as well with, a special guest here and there. So if you guys are liking this kind of content, please smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking it so we can keep doing this stuff for you. I want to know what you want to see more of, what you don't like, all that stuff. So we're going to move on now, guys, to some of the actual submissions for winning the carbon fiber key fob. So I'm going to let me grab one out of the box here because I'm going to kind of show you guys what you're getting. But what we're going to do, because I've received so many submissions, we're going to limit today's submissions to C6s and C7s. We're going to do C8s next Monday because there are so many of these things. I don't think we'd have time to get through all of them. Plus, there are so many nice cars. I don't know how I'm even going to choose one C7 or C6, let alone have to battle between all of them. So, real quick, switching back over to the webcam here, I want to show you guys. This is the carbon fiber key fob. Now, as you can see there, you're seeing the back part through the front. It is real carbon fiber. It is solid carbon fiber all the way through. This thing feels like it weighs, it's literally ounces. It barely weighs anything because it is legitimately carbon fiber, and it is gorgeous. I mean, you could see perfection. It's just absolutely perfect carbon fiber. So this is normally about $60. Like I said, one of you guys are going to win this tonight because I've got some serious submissions here. And the key fob for the C6 is the same as the C7. So C6 or C7 will take this thing home today. Yeah. So Ever Jeff says it best, guys. There's only 41 thumbs up here. We need more. I want to end today's video with at least 200. So please help out the channel, guys. If you're liking what we're doing here, this really helps us know that we can continue to do it for you guys. Calvin, you wanted to submit your picture of a C6, C7, or C8 by today. So if you haven't done it yet, anything you submit will be for next Monday. Now I'm going to actually reach out to the company that makes these, and I'm going to see if I can get more of these so I can have some of these weekly for you guys to win. For now, I have one for a C6 or C7 and one for a C8. I have a feeling I'm going to have a bunch more for you guys, though. So keep sending me your pictures if you want to win. After I go over them and I choose who the winner is, I'm going to then send them over to Vette Syndicate, which is our Instagram channel, where your pictures will be displayed publicly on the Instagram channel as well for everybody to see. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to flip back over to the email here so you guys can see some of the submissions for today. I want to try to get through these as quick as I possibly can because these can take a while. So I don't want to drag this out too long. I'm going to go through all of them before I tell you which one I want to choose as the winner for today. So the first one here says, my first Corvette, picked it up in Louisville, Kentucky, had 6,000 miles on it, 7-speed manual, loved the car. He did sell it to AutoNation, who gave him a very nice return after 3 years with a total of 32,500 miles on it. Waiting on my new C8 Hypersonic Gray 2LT convertible, more pictures to follow. I also did a lot of upgrades to my first one. More pictures to follow on that car if you want to see them. So, guys, I am going to show you the picture here. He does not even have the C7 anymore, so I would not choose him as the winner just based on that. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but just so anybody tuning in for the first time, just so you guys know, if you do send me the picture of your car, you do have to be here in the chat to win the key fob case. So make sure you're here if you are interested in winning these things. But for now, I'm going to go through his pictures real quick. Looks like he has a lot of carbon fiber on this. The carbon fiber wheel spats. Obviously, the carbon fiber front lip. Yep, he's showing it in a little bit better detail there. Those are nice. That was one thing I always disliked about the Z06 is that they made that a textured plastic. Whenever they added some carbon flash or carbon fiber to that area, it really helped church it up. So, guys, that's our first submission. Like I said, it's a nice car, beautiful car, but because he sold it and he has waiting on that C8, he would only be eligible for the C8 key fob at this point. The next one is Elijah. This is just his story because he doesn't have a Corvette, but ever since I was 4 years old in 2003, my favorite cars were Corvette and Mustang. The Corvette was a little bit more my favorite. I've had more Corvette toy cars than Mustangs, and I drive Corvettes more in Need for Speed games. This is a Corvette C5R I got for my 6th birthday on March 28th, 2005. I drove this to the park in my neighborhood, other parks in my area, and my cousin's house. Started getting too big for it in 2008 and drove it nonetheless. I kept it all the way till 2014, even though I haven't drove it since 2008. I will get a Corvette race car back in the form of a C8 Z06 in the future. So I have to admire his dedication to the brand. That's why I wanted to share this. You don't even necessarily have to have the car yet. If you're a fan of the car, that's all that matters to me. So moving on. At the end of this, guys, we're going to talk with Jason and Steve again, because we're going to get kind of their input as to which one of these cars were their favorite. But let's move on here. We're going to go with Michael Gary. So off camera, this was one of my favorites. He says attaches his picture of his 2016 Z06 in Laguna Blue tint coat with an ACS carbon fiber hood. So what do you think of that one, guys? That was one of my favorites here. So it is going to be in the top 3 for sure. And we're going to talk about who takes home this key fob case today. But this is definitely one of the contenders.
Laguna Blue is definitely one of my favorite colors ever.
It really is. And in this case, I'm not usually a big fan of chrome wheels, but man, it looks good on this car.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we're going to move on to the next one, which is going to be Kevin Haran. He says he appreciates my content every Monday and have not missed one yet. This is our 17 Z06 manual 2LZ with some customized pieces and parts, including blacked out side lights and blacked out Chevy flags that I bought from you 3 different times. LOL, one set came home from Carlisle and I lost it, and wife threw out the second set, and the third set was a charm from Carlisle once again. Nice. This is the Admiral Blue and was sitting at Van Bortle in September 2017 when the wife and I decided to look at it. I traded my C5 with 12,900 miles on it, or no, 129,000 miles on it, and gave my C6 Grand Sport Inferno Orange 4LT manual to my wife. She loved that car, and she actually sold it last August at Carlisle, even though she was not looking to. Reason is she wants my 17, and we paid off with her funds for the Grand Sport. And I have 2 spots waiting to get a C8 Z06/Z07. So someday we will be a 2 Z06 family. Thanks for asking, Kevin and Val Horan of Buffalo, New York. Okay, so guys, this was also one of my favorite pictures. I'm not usually even an Admiral Blue fan, but like I said, guys, you are sending me some seriously difficult pictures. I was just talking to Jason and Steve before I got on here about how hard it is for me to make a decision on this, because you guys have sent me so many nice cars. But what do you guys think of this one?
See, I do. I love blue. Blue's my favorite color, so I always love it. And with the black racing stripes, man, I think that car is amazing. I definitely like it.
Yeah.
Steve?
I don't even like blue. I say all the time I don't like blue, but I love that blue. I love that. And I like the chrome wheels.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we're going to move on. We have Steve. He says that he sold his 2004 C5 first week of January of 2022, ordered a car in 2004, and it had 1,155 miles on it. Torch red with both tops. Was approached by a guy with a cashier's check knocking on my front door. He knew of the car and he asked me about selling it. Had a decision to make, so he sold it. At 70 years old, he thought maybe it was time. He says he was wrong. These cars became so much of your life. Was very difficult to walk by the space in the garage since it was where it was once occupied by his car. Started the hunt for the replacement. Found this 2014 C7 Stingray Z51 on January 31st, 2022. Cyber Gray Metallic 3LT with 8,600 miles. Kalahari interior, 20,000 worth of options. Getting old is inevitable. Growing up is an opposition. Sure, nice to see the garage full again. The C7 is awesome. Definitely a pretty nice looking car there, guys. So
Yeah.
this is a pretty cool story. This is why I wanted you guys to include a story with the pictures, just so it was less of a show and tell and more of sharing the story with the Corvette community that we're creating here. So everybody in the comment section and everybody on the live video here will now know who Steve is just based on his car picture here. And the story now gives him a background.
What color is that one?
This one is Cyber Gray Metallic, which is actually, it must be a relatively rare color because I have not seen that very often.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I've seen it before. I'm sure I have. I just, because living at Corvette World like I do, you see them all.
Yeah, you probably have seen it, but it is relatively rare. So, guys,
Yeah.
General Lee is the next one here. He is in the chat as we speak, and I've met him in person a couple times at Corvettes at Carlisle. Really, really nice guy. Let's hear his story. So, his story starts with being blown away by the sight of a C4 Corvette at a red light. Asked the guy if we could swap keys. He said, "I don't think my insurance company will allow it," and took off like the wind. Keep in mind, my wifey, Marissa, has been by my side the entire journey. That same day, she says, "We have to get one." At 23, my first was a used 85 C4. Super fast car, but always spent time in the shop. On my 25th birthday, we purchased a brand new 1990 C4. All this while serving in the U.S. Navy. A week before I retired from the Navy, I purchased the C5, but didn't tell my wife because I wanted to surprise her at my retirement ceremony. Always kept my Corvettes covered in the garage. She says, "Who buys a Corvette without a job?" At that time, she started her ownership of a fresh seafood store, paid the Corvette off in 6 months. The story of Blue Ice was pure luck. I actually went in to purchase a 2017 collector's edition that my dealership had. When we arrived, they had a Carbon 65 Grand Sport parked in the front. I looked at the MSRP and kept walking. Marissa looked at both of them and said to me, "Why buy casual wear when you can get..." Let's kind of split up the text. "A really nice tuxedo." So Blue Ice was purchased in December of 2017. The rest is history. Sold Blue Ice in October 2021 because I knew I will be purchasing a C8 Z06. A rather long story, but like Taj said, the C8 Z06 is just a chapter in a very long book. So guys, we'll start with the original pictures here. This is his original C4 Corvette that he had. It's pretty cool. I know C4s kind of had a little bit of some issues depending on how they were purchased, but I guess this one spent some time in the shop, but definitely a cool picture.
I love the C4.
Yeah. The C4 is really what started even into the C7s that we have now. I mean, you could see a lot of the C7 and even the C4.
That one right there, that C4 is literally like my favorite. The black like that and those wheels, and I like the more angled instead of the rounded oblong kind of tail lights.
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
Okay, so then he went and he bought his C5 here. Looks like he won some trophies with it. I'm gonna check the chat here because I'm pretty sure he's still in here.
Wow.
So guys, I'm gonna mention real quick, we got the 5th super chat of the day. Comes from Grandpa Barney. You guys know him. He's been in the chat a bunch. He says, "Thank you, gentlemen, for your love of all your vets and the info and the updates. Peace and love." Thank you, Grandpa Barney, for supporting the channel like you have. I appreciate it. It's very awesome. So, guys, ultimately, the General here led up to his Carbon 65, this is the car. I believe he had it at Corvettes at Carlisle, if I recall correctly. If he didn't, I've seen the exact same car. Very nice looking cars. Of course, they were the ceramic matrix gray in color, blue calipers, blue accents. That's where he gave it the nickname that he gave it, which was Blue Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, his new Z06 incoming is very likely to be similar in color. So we're going to move on now, guys, from the general. Thanks for sharing that. John Walton is the next one. He is retired Army Master Sergeant. So a lot of you guys are retired or at least have been in the military of some kind. That's pretty awesome. He has.
Well,
what's that?
And we thank him for his service as well.
Absolutely. Especially since he's got a Z06 with a ZR1 spoiler on it. We can't say anything bad about that.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. I like those wheels. Those have a really cool color to them.
I like the wheel lettering. Tire.
Yeah, the tires, I love them.
ACS diffuser fins. Gotta love those.
Yeah, always.
All right, guys. So now we're moving up to Renee. He's actually a subscriber I got to meet in person. He came down to Blackout Tinting and had some work done down in Miami. He says, my first Corvette was a white 1988, which I sold in 1994 and bought a Mercury Villager van when my first of 3 daughters were born. Always said I would own another Corvette. I retired as a police officer in 2013 and purchased my 2011 Jetstream Blue Grand Sport as my retirement gift. My baby has 3,150 miles on it. It's in showroom condition. And the great staff at Blackout Tinting Miami did a phenomenal job of tinting the windows. Thank you, Justin, for all you do for us in the Corvette community. Take care. Thank you, Renee. I was very happy to meet you that day. One of the absolute nicest guys I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. Even in the comment section, you guys will see the comments from him. They are always unbelievably positive. And in the otherwise negative world, it's always nice to see that kind of stuff. So we're going to take a look at his Grand Sport. And guys, his is also in the top 3, probably top 4 maybe. This is a very nice color. It's a very nice setup. Of course, I saw this car in person, and I don't think I've seen a cleaner Corvette. And that says something because I keep mine pretty clean. And his is just absolutely perfect. What do you guys think?
I love it. I love the wheels on this Grand Sport. For me, that was another car that kind of got me moving back towards Corvette again, was the C6 Grand Sport. I remember coming home from work before I even saw the other Grand Sport that I bought. I would see this one Grand Sport every day. For some reason, coming home, I'd be at the same stoplight as him. I was like, man, that is such a nice looking car. So yeah, that's another car that has a close, place to my heart.
Yeah. Just the wheels.
Yeah, love them.
The C6 Grand Sport wheels were literally the wheels for me for a long time. A little bit of a backstory, guys. I used to own a 370Z Nismo, and the 370Z Nismo wheels looked very similar to these, even though they weren't chrome. They were silver. And I always loved that style of wheel. Yeah, Blue Vette, you have a heck of a car, so thank you for your submission. That thing is absolutely gorgeous. So let's move on. We got Henry. He says, hi, Justin. Great live stream this past Monday. Here are the pictures for the contest. Have a great rest of your week and a better weekend. So we have, looks like a white Z06, maybe ceramic matrix gray. I can't tell quite in that picture.
Nice.
Yeah, that's got to be ceramic matrix gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Tim is on here, but that is his favorite color. He would have liked to have gotten this on his Z06, but Dad's garage, yeah.
Well,
We're next to an NSX.
I was going to say, I'm liking that NSX.
Dude, yes.
All right, so next one is Bruno. He says, my 17 C7 Grand Sport, which I recently, 2 weeks ago, traded for a Z51 C8. That's nice. That is very nice.
Wow.
I like the wheels. Oh, the engine dress up. Very nice.
Wow.
That looks like maybe AMT custom design stuff right there. That's the same stuff I had on the C5 that I gave away recently.
C5. Yep.
All right, so the next one we're going to talk to Jeff. He says, hi, Justin. Here you go. And this looks like a Z06 with a ZR1 style front bumper.
Wow.
That is definitely cool looking.
Torch red.
Chrome wheels. Looks like possibly a Z07 package. It's got the full-length side skirts and the Stage 3 winglets in the back at least.
That looks good with the chrome wheels.
Yeah, it does. Every now and then, you know, I obviously like my black wheels, but chrome wheels have their time and place for sure.
Wow.
They definitely do.
All right, guys, moving on. The next one here is John. He says, hello, Justin. I truly enjoyed your live vlog the day after Memorial Day due to my flying rotation. I am submitting this picture of my Z06 for that cool carbon fiber key fob, especially that my entire interior, including the center pedestal, is also carbon. Let me know what time the vlog will commence next Monday. Looks like YouTube is treating you well in addition to your blackout tinting partnership. Congrats, John. Now, guys, I've looked at these pictures already. This is my choice for the winner. And I only tell you that now because I also talked to John, and he is not going to be able to be on the live chat here, which means he can't win. And it's a shame because when I show you this picture, it is definitely going to blow your mind. So are you guys ready to see this?
Let's go.
Do it.
There it is. Now, again, I'm not always a huge fan of chrome, but there is just something about this picture that is fabulous. I love the way that this picture looks.
Yeah, that's a great photo.
That sunset in the background. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's majestic.
yeah, it literally looks like God himself dropped this car in front of him.
Maybe he did. Maybe it was.
I love it. So, guys, this would have been my winner for today's contest, but since he was not able to be on here and I made that part of the contest rules, he will not win this this time. Any of you guys who submit and don't win this week, you can resubmit, and we'll talk about in future vlogs as well. So, John, you have a nice car. I know you're not on here, but you will see this video later.
Wow.
Moving on, we got Tim. He says, I've always liked Corvettes, but never thought I'd be able to afford one. In 2018, I was able to purchase my first used Corvette. I have made it my own, and I love it. I joined the original Garden State Corvette Club, and now 3 years later, I am the vice president. I love the Corvette life. So, cool story. It's a nice-looking car. I love whenever the C7 is set up correctly, the stance, it just looks so mean. And I could tell this car is at least lowered in some way, shape, or form. It looks really sinister. Now, this looks like it's a Stingray with a Z06 front grille and the Z06 spats and front splitter and stuff. So this is a kind of... What's that?
Steve just got jealous with those front spats, man. He's like, I want those.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is right up Steve's alley. So what do you think here, Steve?
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I like anybody who just tries to make a car their own.
Yeah.
You know, great to buy one, but to do the wrench time yourself and make it your own, it's just something about that ownership pride when you do that to yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah, this thing's looking really good. I silver and black goes together really well. So anytime that you played nicely with those colors, it looks really good. So I really like the setup of this one. Good job, Tim.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We got a name I'm not going to butcher, so we'll just move past that part. It says, hi there. Attached is a picture of my 2016 Z06 with a Z07 manual. Thank you. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a nice one. So this is likely a picture from the Tail of the Dragon. That's what it looks like, at least. They do snap these photos as you go around some of the turns, and this looks really awesome. Again, either white or ceramic matrix gray Z06. At least a 2LZ. Actually, it looks like a 3LZ. I see the Alcantara inside. Very nice looking car. What do you guys think?
Yeah, love it. Absolutely. And I would love to go to that road. We need to set up a time sometime down the road where y'all meet up and go drive it.
Absolutely. The tail of the dragon is one of my bucket list items for sure.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, so I'm being told I skipped somebody's email. Let me... Oh, yeah, I did. I did not mark his as a C7 because he also has a C8 in there. But, guys, Steve is supporting the channel pretty fiercely right now, so I apologize for that, Steve. I'm going to get back on that right this second. So... he says he enjoys the content. He's enclosing photos of his Premier Edition C7. It was number 19 of 550 produced. He sold it to buy his C8, which he sold 1 year after preparation for buying a C8 Z06, hopefully. Very cool. Okay, so he should also mention he no longer owns either one of the two cars, so he doesn't want to be entered in the key fob giveaway. The C7 was purchased, used with about 2,500 miles on the clock. The C8 was brand new, and he had it for around 14 months wait before it was delivered. One last note, the illustration of my C8 and Route 66 was done by a good friend who is a graphic artist. Awesome. So, guys, this is actually, if I remember correctly, this was a rare color of green for the C7. If I'm right, Steve, let me know about that. I am pretty sure that was relatively rare for the C7. Looks very similar to the green that was on the C5 that I gave away not too long ago. Now, another kind of off-topic point here, but if you guys were following the C5 Corvette giveaway, Jason and Steve both live pretty close to the person who won that car. So in their vlogs, specifically Jason's, when they go to car shows and stuff, a lot of times you'll see that car pop up if you're interested in seeing it.
And I did a video, remember, at Corvette World with John showing out his car from top to bottom.
Yeah. So again, guys, check out Jason's channel because he has had John on his channel showing off the car and actually driving it too. Jason drove it.
Yeah.
So Steve said lime rock green, 1 year color. I thought so. So this is a pretty rare color on the C7. I knew it was because I don't know that I've ever seen one in person. Yeah. So Future Sean even says, holy crap, that green. Yeah, that is a really cool color green.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great photo. I like that.
Yeah, so he has a couple different pictures here. Obviously had, looks like blade silver on his C8 Corvette, and he took it on, or at least close to Route 66. That is a nice picture right there. I'm not really including C8s today, but if I was, that would have been on the list. So he said one of his friends actually is a graphic designer, created this picture for him. It's obviously his car with the Route 66 badge behind it. So sorry about skipping over that, Steve. I actually did not realize it was the C7 as well. So let's jump back up here to, I think, Scott Preston. This car is super custom. And if I remember correctly, I think I've seen this at Corvettes at Carlisle. The pictures here were not the greatest, though. They're kind of blurry. So it's hard to see. But this one here kind of shows you there's a lot of custom paint jobs going on here. I don't think this is a wrap. I'm pretty sure this is an actual paint job.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Yeah, a lot of work into this one. So, guys, number 7 super chat of the day comes from Henry. He says, great job sharing all of these pictures. Awesome seeing and the Corvettes and how happy the owners are sharing their respective Corvettes. Henry, you're very welcome. Thank you for supporting the channel. This is one of the things I wanted to do with this channel from the very beginning, was to make sure that we all knew each other through our rides, if for no other reason. Now, at the end of the day, we have 173 people currently watching. If you guys could, please smash that thumbs up button, but that means we have at least 173 plus us 3, so we'll say 176 Corvette people on this channel right now. So hit that thumbs up button if you guys are liking the content, so I can continue to make sure that Jason and Steve are here and that we have all these awesome pictures of your cars. The thumbs up helps us do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, moving on, we got Ed. He says, here's a picture of his 15 C7 Z06 for consideration for the carbon fiber key fob contest. This is definitely up there in my favorite pictures just because of the car. The picture itself is a little bit low resolution, but the way that car's set up looks really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the wheels.
Yeah, the wheels really make these cars. I don't know what it is. That's a 15, so maybe is shark gray, looks like. All right, so Scotty Wentworth says he's Scott from upstate New York. Here's my Corvette. It's a 2008 Z06, 19,500 miles, 638 wheel horsepower. That's pretty impressive for a Z06. So very nice. Obviously, I'm a guy who can appreciate the black exterior colors here. Yeah, look at that.
Man.
And whatever friggin' supercar that is sitting in the background there, McLaren something or another.
Oh, that's a Senna.
Is it a Senna?
Yeah, McLaren Senna.
Wow. That's a heck of a garage setup there.
No doubt.
I like that though. That is a clean Z06.
Yeah.
Nice car, Scotty. Keith Rose. Thank you for all you do on the channel. I love this picture of my Corvette buddy. That is a really nice looking setup car. Big fan of Torch Red, obviously. I know Steve is as well. The chrome wheels, again, go really well with this particular setup. What do you think of this one?
I love the photo. Anyways, you know what we talk about? You know, I look at this young kid.
Yeah.
And now I own a Corvette. I think that's a fantastic photo, and I'm telling you, that will be my vote.
Oh
no matter what. I just love that because I identify with that kid. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is we were all that kid at one point, and that's why we are the way we are nowadays. So it's awesome that this particular parent gets to share this with their child, but not all of us had this. I mean, for me, I didn't. My dad had cool cars at least he thought was cool, but we didn't have Corvettes. So I mean, going to a car show or something was the only time I got to see something like this.
Wow.
All right, so Patrick, story of his ZR1. He's been looking for a ZR1 for months, but most dealerships wanted 15 to 20K more than MSRP. He's never purchased any car for more than list price in the history of buying cars, and he was not about to start now. So I was online with a Chevrolet rep. She located a ZR1 in St. Clair, Michigan, 335 miles from my house. She called and verified the car was still available, and it was. So I contacted the dealership. We talked about price. Wow, they only wanted MSRP, finally an honest dealer. So I made arrangements to pick up the car. We arrived to pick it up. It was prepped and ready to go. The salesman bought me my lunch and sent me on my way. A few months later, I received my ZR1 poster in the mail. At the bottom of my poster was my VIN number, where it was printed. The build number of my car matched a very important date, 0814. I was amazed. This car was an omen. 0814 was my wife's and my anniversary date. That's awesome. I call my car Elvira. She was wrapped with XPEL and ceramic coated. So, man after my own heart here. Check that out. So, you guys, if you're familiar with the channel, you're pretty familiar with a car that looks very similar to that. That's pretty awesome.
That's a good pick. I love all the green. So glad it's finally summer.
Yeah. Very nice car. Obviously, I can't say anything bad about a ZR1, especially when it's in black with red calipers.
Fantastic.
All right, we got two more, guys. I know if you're hanging in there, I appreciate it. We are going to talk about some Z06 news here very soon, so stay tuned. Just a couple more minutes. Below, you can find my photo. Enjoy. Let's see. So we got a C7 Stingray, black wheels, looks like a white car. Black tinted side markers. Not bad. I like that, actually. It's one of those beauty and simplistic designs.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one. Hi, Justin. Top is my wife Gloria's. After blackout, put the Stinger striping on. And bottom is the his and hers picture. Fastest mower on the planet. And it is his. So that's pretty funny. The pictures are kind of small here, guys, but he's got what looks like a zero-turn lawnmower there that is apparently pretty quick. So maybe it's LS swapped. What do you guys think?
Nice.
All right, so that is all of the pictures today, guys. I have to choose a winner here, which is going to be pretty difficult, but I think I know which one I'm going to go with. What do you think, Jason?
Tim, the silver Stingray. I thought that thing looked insane. And again, I'm all about stripes, love stripes. So that one is my choice, but they were all literally Perfect.
Okay. What do you think, Steve?
I'm still sticking with the red one with the kid. I just think I love that photo. I love the car. But for me, there's a moment right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That moment that meant, and I got to go with that one.
Okay, so we're going to do this as what Jason said is going to be the third option. What Steve said is the second option. I am going to go with the Michael Gary photo that I showed you guys in the beginning. So, Michael Gary, if you are on the chat here, you have won the carbon fiber key fob for your C7. Let me know you're on here just by saying, I am here, Justin, and I will get you some information so we can get your shipping info. If you're not here, we're going to go to the second option, which is the one that Steve just said. So one more time, Michael, are you here?
Nice car.
Yeah, it is. That was probably my number 2 choice. That was actually my number 1 choice. And then I saw that Stingray and I was like, wow, man.
Like, I'd love to see this person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, while we wait, if you could, please go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Like I said, it really helps the channel out, and we can keep doing these kind of things for all the Corvette fans out there. I would appreciate a thumbs up if I could get one from you guys.
Who is Danger? Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Danger M32, is this your car? That's what it looks like. And Shane, keeping me up to date, says we have 115 thumbs ups. I appreciate that, Shane. Thank you. Maddie's Garage is tuned in, guys. So,
Maddie.
Everybody say hi to Maddie.
Love Maddie's channel.
Nope, that's not him. So I don't believe Michael is on here with us. So let's go to the second option, which was Steve's choice. Let me find that one. I can't remember the name of that one.
Dad's Garage. What's up?
Oh, who it is?
Wow. I'm having a lot of trouble finding this picture now. Was that it? No, that's Jason's. That's where we're coming next if this one doesn't work.
You know, it's really tough, though, to pick only one because there's so many that are so nice.
Yeah, this was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be just because of that exact.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
That Paper Tigers comment. So he says somebody start playing the Jeopardy theme.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't understand. Like, I just saw this and I can't find it now.
See,
there we go. All right.
Right.
Keith Rose. Are you here, Keith Rose? Because if you are, you won the carbon fiber key fob. All I need you to say, Keith Rose, if you're here, just say, hi, Justin, I am here.
What's up, Brian?
DM Spalding, we're going to talk about that as soon as we get a winner for this key fob, so stay tuned. We're less than a couple minutes away. Yeah, Keith Rose, where you at? You won. I want to give this thing to somebody. I'm hoping one of you guys is on here because you got to win. All right, Shane says we're at 128 thumbs ups, guys. I would love to end this video with 200. So if you could please smash that thumbs up button. It would help out the channel, and it would make the little kid here in front of the Z06, it would make him very happy.
Yeah.
All right, Keith Rose, I'm giving you a couple more minutes, and then we're going to move on to the third one, which is Jason's pick, and hopefully Tim is on here. All right, we are moving on to Tim. Please tell me that Tim is on here. Tim Brown, if you own this car, tell me you own this car in the chat so I can give you a carbon fiber key fob. 181 watching and 132 thumbs ups. Guys, Shane, he's telling on you. He knows. He knows what's going on here. I appreciate it, Shane, but we should have 181 thumbs up as well. Tim Brown. I love the name, first off. I hope that is your real name. That would be awesome if you were the Tim Brown. But either way, you've won this thing. Come on, guys. Seriously. All right, so Pedro Angel. He's asking why his pictures weren't in here. I don't recall seeing them. I did not do any pictures for C8s yet today, guys. This is just for C7. So, Pedro, do you have a C7 or do you have a C8? Yeah, no one's here to win. I thought, I know I made that pretty clear last week that you had to be here in the chat to win. So, we're going to have to pick some new ones, I guess.
Hey.
Jason, you want to pick another one?
Yes. What was the second blue one that we saw? There was the Laguna Blue and the Admiral Blue.
Yep, the Admiral was Kevin's, I believe. So this is going to be our third one. If I can't reach 2 or 1 whenever we pick. Steve, what do you think?
For a different car?
Yeah.
I'm going with the General.
Oh, the General. All right.
Yeah. Dude, no, I hate to do this, but I have to go with the General. So we're just going to have to make that an even 2 and 3 because the carbon fiber edition, I mean, the carbon 65 was, that's an insane car. I love that.
That was my second.
Okay. All right, guys. Never mind. Kevin Horan is here. Well, actually, no. Jason changed his mind. Well, actually,
apologize. I do love both.
We got to be clear here, though, because the General does not have his C7 anymore.
Ah, that is true. True.
Oh.
All right. So, what are you thinking then? Are you going to stick with?
I'm back to Admiral. Yeah.
Okay. So Kevin Horan will be number 3. Steve, are you still going to stick with General? I didn't really clarify that you had to still have the car, so I don't want to necessarily discount or throw anybody out unless they specifically say they don't want it and they're going to give it up. So if you want to stick with General, we're good.
I'd stick with him if he's. I don't know what he's going to do with it.
That's my
right. All right, guys. So
I love him. He's a great guy, but
my next pick is going to be Renee if he's still on here. So we got Blue Vette. This key fob will work for him. Are you still on here, Blue Vette?
That's nice.
Number 2 and number 3 are definitely still on here. So if Blue Vette's not, somebody's actually going to win this thing, guys. I promise. All right, Blue Vette's here. So I'm going to get his information, guys. This is the winner for today. The C6 and C7 key fob is exactly the same, so this will work with his car as well. What do you think, Blue Vette? Do you want this carbon fiber key fob? Because if you don't, there's plenty of other people that would like to have it. I'm assuming you would want this, but let me know so I can get your information and I will make sure you get this thing. Okay.
Yeah, and General said he declined since he doesn't have the car.
Yeah, I had a feeling he would. He's that type of guy. So I appreciate the submission still, guys. Everybody here, you guys all have fantastic cars. Blue Vette, I'm gonna see if we can meet up in person because I'm actually coming down to Florida on the 10th. See if I can meet up in person and just hand you this thing. But guys, yeah, this is it. So we discussed the C6s and the C7s today. Next Monday, we're going to talk about who wins the C8 carbon fiber key fob. But for those of you guys who stay tuned until the very end here, because we're done with the pictures of the cars, we're going to move on to some of this C8 Corvette information. And it starts with the C8 Corvette, the first 2023 delivery. So if you guys were wondering about 2023 C8 Corvettes and when they were coming, they're coming now. And the first one was successfully delivered today at the National Corvette Museum, and it is VIN number 9. So if you guys are waiting for your 2023s, good news. They're coming pretty soon. How about that, Jason? Do you know anybody waiting for a 2023?
I do. I know. I definitely do.
All right. All right, guys. So the big one of the day is, of course, the 2023 C8 Z06 pricing. We've talked about this a couple times, guys. I actually speculated that we were going to hear the pricing at the Indy 500 because I have a pretty solid source telling me that we're going to be seeing this pricing within the next 2 weeks. That was about a week ago. That's why I thought the Indy 500 would be a good place to do it. I have on good authority we're going to hear this pricing within the next week. Now, this article came out shortly after I was told that, and it was talking about how the pricing of the Z06 is coming very soon. They don't really give a date, but what they do talk about is something that I want all of you guys to consider. If you're waiting for the Z06, you're waiting for the Z06 pricing, based on what GM told us, it's coming by the end of summer. Summer ends officially on September 21st. So even if summer continues long past that in your state, it doesn't matter. Officially, summer is over September 21st. So we have to know everything we need to know about this car before that date. Now, the way GM words this is the actual production model may vary, but it is available in summer of 2022. So in order for this car to be available in summer 2022, it means it has to be available before the 21st of September. So even if it's September 20th, it's got to be available, meaning you can actually go to the dealership and buy one. Now, I don't know that that necessarily means that you can go to the dealership, buy one, and drive it home. Just because it's available, that might just be available for ordering. So either way, we're not far from this. Now, in order for these dates to kind of line up, we're going to need to know pricing and allocation info very soon in order to be able to even start putting in orders to have this car ordered by the 20th of September in order for this information from GM saying that it's available in summer 2022 to even be real. And of course, it's got to be real because GM put that in writing. They would get sued for all kinds of craziness if they don't make that date happen. So yes, pricing is coming very soon. I have it on good authority. We're going to hear it within about a week. What do you guys think of that?
I'm excited.
I just want Stingray. So either way, I want the dang car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I think we're all in agreement. I know I am with Jason and Steve about at this point, we just want a car like this. Even the base C8 Corvette, you can't freaking get. I know. I know of a dealership taking orders for the 2023 C8. Mm-hmm. As soon as I get confirmation from that dealership that they're accepting these orders and literally putting them in, I'm going to blast their name everywhere on the internet for you guys so you can literally go get a C8 at MSRP. Now, this is not the Z06. This would just be the base C8. But right now, I don't want to start talking about it until I know that it's really happening. Jason knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So
I said, "Where's my E-Ray?" I'm with him on that one as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So General Lee says something else that I wanted to bring up. He says, I thought that GM said that the pricing would be out by the end of spring, which I guess the end of spring is very soon or already passed. I'm sorry. He's thinking June 16th for price, ordering by June 30th. I would I would say that that's pretty close to accurate at this point. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. June 21st is somewhere around there is the first day of summer. Anybody know?
No.
I'm glad I'm not the only
I
one.
know it's 100 degrees here, so for me it's summer no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. So let me Google it real quick because I gotta have my stuff right here.
June 21st.
Okay, so it is June 21st. June 21st is the first official day of summer. That would mean that officially spring is over. And we were supposed to have the pricing by the end of spring. So we're close. Like I said, we're about a week away from pricing. And at that point, once we get pricing, we're very close to being able to order the car, because then we'll be able to go through and spec it out the way we want to, at least, and then hopefully get some allocation info from the dealerships.
Dr. Corvette, I noticed I went from 3100 status today.
137 on the thumbs up.
Yeah. All right, guys. So Shane's letting us know we're at 137. We have 190 people watching this, so almost 200 people on here. Please hit that thumbs up button, guys. I know you're probably tired of hearing me say this, but it does matter a lot for the channel. Please help out and hit that thumbs up. Dr. Corvette, he says, I noticed that I went to 3100 status today for my 70th anniversary. Does that mean the wheels are now available? I don't think that necessarily guarantees that. I think that just means that your car otherwise is pretty much good to go. I will do some research on that, though, Dr. Corvette. If you could, shoot me an email, because I do want to answer that question for you. I've seen that. I saw you ask that earlier. Send me an email. I want to do some research before I say yes or no for sure to that. Yeah, 11-second Eclipse says, I'm with you. If it's 100 degrees, that's summer to me.
Yep.
General Lee says June 21st, first day of summer. Yep. So, General, I think we're on the same page, man. I think me and you have brains that work very similar, because that's where I'm. That, in conjunction with what I've heard from my, I'll say, contact, it sounds like it's going to be right around the same date that we're going to start hearing some information.
Justin, do the poll again for the rallying car show. Shane says.
Steve,
Oh.
you got a message.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, guys, we're at 141. While we're waiting, guys, I want to also throw up this poll again, because I want to do a car show. I want to do basically a horsepower obsessed Corvette show. I want to know if you would come to it. So I'm going to put up a poll here. And I want to know if you guys would come, because I really want to do this. I would love to make it a gigantic event. Literally music, food, all kinds of craziness. Parking lot big enough for 300 to 400 cars. Let me know if you guys would come to this, because I really want to throw this for you. I would love to meet all of you guys. I would love to see all of your cars in person. Let me know if this is something that you would consider. And no, it's not only Corvettes. Most of the guys on my channel are going to bring Corvettes, but whatever you have, if you want to come, you can come. So, yeah, the big thing is going to be you're probably going to see a lot of Corvettes. You're going to see a lot of Camaros. I mean, heck, I even have my Ram TRX. I mean, you bring whatever you want to bring. I would love to see you guys there. Brobarian, I am thinking July 9th, which is the weekend after July 4th, and having kind of like an American theme to it. Nice. Future Sean. I hope that that's not sarcasm, because if that's the truth, you are a freaking trooper. He says, drive 14 hours from Nebraska? Count me in. LOL. I would love to hear that is actually the truth and not sarcasm, but I would understand either way. Wheeler, I appreciate the honesty there. Unfortunately, Pennsylvania is not necessarily a state that's just, right in the center of everything. And honestly, guys, I wouldn't be against doing this even in Florida if that would make more sense for you guys. I'm okay doing it either one of the two locations, but I would prefer Pennsylvania just because I already have an area in mind where we could do it. But if Florida makes more sense for you guys, let me know. I would love to hear from any of you that are interested even slightly in this. Shoot me an email so we can talk a little bit more about it. Awesome. Do both. That's a good idea too, Paper Tiger. All right, guys, where are we at with thumbs up? I really would like to end this with a 200. Let's see. Shane. It's been a little bit since he's updated me. Was 142. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, please. I think we're going to start wrapping this up, though. I want to throw it back over here. I want to show off the faces of Vette Syndicate one more time, guys. I want you all to know who we are, what we look like, and what you can get from us. So, obviously, we're all rocking the Vette Syndicate shirts, guys. This is just a continuation of the Horsepower Obsessed channel. Of course, it's going to be here first. Then I'm going to send all the information over to Vette Syndicate so we can post the pictures of your cars on the Instagram channel as well. So you'll see them here and you'll see them on Instagram. So it's a win-win. If you guys are interested in entering your C8 Corvette for the carbon fiber key fob, shoot me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and you will be entered based on your picture. I choose the picture I like the most. Not necessarily the car I like the most, just the picture. So if the picture's nice, it could be of the worst looking car on the planet. It doesn't matter. If the picture's cool, you're going to win. So you can win a $60 real carbon fiber key fob for nothing. Just send me a picture. But guys, I think we're going to sign off. We fell a little short of the 200 thumbs up, but I appreciate you trying. If you guys could, on the way out, hit that thumbs up button. Jason, Steve, these are the faces, guys. Make sure you check them out on YouTube and follow us on Vette Syndicate on Instagram. But, guys, I think that's it. Well, actually, right before I leave, we're going to end the poll. We got 41 votes. Looks like 56% of you said you would come. So I think we're gonna pursue that. That's not bad. Shoot me an email if you're interested in coming to a car show that is horsepower obsessed themed, I guess. My email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know you're coming. Send me an email with your C8 Corvette pictures for next Monday so you could win. But that's it, guys. Any final thoughts, Jason?
No, like I said, if you would go follow us on Instagram, it's at Vette_Syndicate.
And Steve?
Yeah, if you're interested in the Vette Syndicate shirt, DM us. They're $35. That includes shipping as well. So it's $30, $5 to ship. I do the shipping. It literally ships the next day. And these are very comfortable. We had one guy already buy 2 of them. This is not some cheap cardboard thing. You're going to want to wear this thing. So
yeah,
100%.
And there's a little back.
Yep.
So
yep. Price for the Z06, Justin, is coming within probably a week and a half at most, based on my contact. We're going to be hearing it very soon. And my speculation is it's going to be right around $90,000 before options. But that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Big thanks to Jason and Steve for being here, guys. We're going to have a guest every week, so I will see you guys next Monday.